and understand what our users need from an innovation standpoint. How do we improve on that? That's how we've come to launch products like 6-in-1 combination pliers, products like the market's most durable tape measure. Who here has seen Packout? That's part of the fun thing at night, is to look at all the Packout microsites on the website. We've actually created one of the best systems in the world, and it's now the largest system in the world from a professional storage containment system. Now, when you look at what we've launched over the last few hours that you've seen, it's really three main buckets for my group: the hand tools, the storage, and now PPE, safety. This category is extremely crowded, and we know that. That's why it's critical for us when we look at our users. Every single piece of product that we showed you today, whether it was a hard hat, safety glasses, respirators, gloves, lanyards, all have to have innovation. We have to earn the right for our users and your readers to want to switch to Milwaukee PPE and safety products, and we think we've accomplished that, and this is really just the beginning for that entire category. Wait till you see what we've got coming next year. From a storage standpoint, Packout has been an absolute phenomenon. We have other storage products, but believe me, we are laser focused on Packout. We absolutely love what the cordless team has done with M12 and M18, and we know we have the same thing in Packout. With the quality, the innovation, and most importantly, the pipeline of new product that we have coming in Packout, there is no reason that your readers and our users should not want to buy a piece of Packout storage. They should never want to buy anything that's not Packout. And with the pipeline that we have coming, we're not going to have to make them make that choice. Finally, our core hand tool business. We are not going to forget about what got us to where we are today. Things like mechanics hand tools. We started out relatively small. What you saw today was a 1/2-inch drive system, a full open stock system, other products, and we're really just getting started in this category. For the electrical trades, things like fish tape pullers and fish sticks that we needed to solidify our place with electricians, those are coming, as you saw. Fastback knives, one of the original 8 hand tools I got up and showed a lot of you guys in this room 10 years ago. We didn't have time to show you an entire refresh of our fastback range that we'll be sending out information on very shortly. And then finally, tape measures. What Brandon and Caitlin showed you today with our tape measures, patented 14 feet of standout technology, best in class blade coating, and drop durability, all coming later this fall. Guys, we're just getting started in these three categories. With the momentum that we have building, we are beyond excited to get up again in front of you next year to show you the next wave of products that are coming. With that, I'll bring up Scott Griswold, President of our Power Tool Accessory business.
Thank you, Tim. Milwaukee continues to invest in a massive way in the accessory business, both in depth and breadth. We do this because we see the opportunity is to match our high-performance cordless tools with a broad range of high-performance accessories. Our innovation strategy is very, very simple. We understand that professional trades value their time. Time is money. All of our accessories from the ground up are built to save professional trades time on the job. We do this through a lot of different strategies. We do it to extend the life of our accessories. We do it to make the accessories more versatile, to give them more uptime, to give them more capability. We also engineer every accessory to be extremely efficient. Why do we do that? Because efficiency allows us to get the maximum amount of energy out of that battery pack and into the workpiece to give us greater pulls per charge and cuts per charge. This again is tying back to that user productivity story. And finally, a lot of the investment we make is behind the scenes, but it is massive, and it is in major technology innovations, both in materials and manufacturing. You've all seen the Rapid Innovation Center in that sleepy little building we often call the geriatric center or the funeral home. But over the years, we've packed a ton of technology and invested well over $10 million in prototyping, new tech, and testing. We have completely run out of room and are spread all over Brookfield right now trying to keep up with our roadmap. And I'm happy to say that next year, you saw the new building, we're moving into this new facility, all under one roof, the entire accessory team, tripling the size of the Rapid Innovation Center and allowing us to grow into our new product families down the road. The other thing we've learned is to stay in front of our competition, we also have to get really, really good at making manufacturing equipment. So 2 years ago, we asked Steve for some more money and said, Steve, we need to build a manufacturing innovation center.
There's a few
we
plumbing
can't buy
tools.
equipment from the industry anymore. They're just too slow. They're not keeping up with our ideas, and we just can't operate like this. And Steve said, absolutely. How much do you need? Well, Steve, in 3 years, we're going to want to spend over $170 million. And Steve goes, oh my God. So he had a little bit of a coronary, and once he calmed down and I was able to explain to him what we're going to do with all this investment, you know, he didn't hesitate. He didn't miss a beat. So I'm happy to say, as part of this investment, we have a new 55,000 square foot manufacturing innovation center, all dedicated to the next future technology in manufacturing accessories. Once we have this, we're able to roll it out to our global operations around the world to keep up with our growth and our ambitions to be #1 worldwide. So you've seen a lot of great products today, from tools to power tools, but the accessories business is just getting started. We've got technologies in carbide cutting, we've got new matrix carbide bits, we've got our expansive range of shockwave, and we've got more and more coming next year, which we're excited to talk about. So thank you for coming year after year and being a part of this journey. We're very happy and excited to share it with you, and I'm happy to invite Paul Fry up to talk about our cordless business.
All right. Thanks, Scott. Thanks, everybody. Hey, so by now, you've heard us talk a lot about the user, right? And hopefully you've interacted with a ton of passionate people today who understand, you know, their job, their passion is developing solutions that deliver productivity and safety for that user. You see, we understood long ago that the greatest opportunity for us is not to deliver our customers a tool that's $5 or maybe $10 cheaper. What we've understood for a while now is that our bigger opportunity is to be the difference between that customer winning and losing a bid that grows their business. What we understand is that our bigger opportunity is to be the difference in that technician completing one more service in a day. What we understand is that sometimes our greatest contribution is making sure that that user gets home safe and on time for dinner with their family. We are focused on that call for the productivity and the safety of the user. And nowhere have we delivered on it more than in our two world-leading cordless systems, M12 and M18. For a decade now, we've led this industry when it comes to delivering cordless technology that changes the game on the job site. When you think about that term, leadership, and what does it mean? Because there's some in our industry that believe that leadership's just making a lot of tools. While you're at it, buy up a whole lot of brands, paint that same tool a whole bunch of colors, tell each retailer that they're special and give them their own. That's not leadership. Here in Milwaukee, we don't believe that's leadership. We believe that leadership is the passionate people you've dealt with today, relentlessly driving technology forward, not for the sake of putting words on a box, but for the sake of delivering on that productivity and that safety. Now, we've done it a lot of cool ways over the years. When you think about our systems, each is unique. M12. The call for M12's never been about taking that technology and trying to solve the user's problems through brute force. It's always been about, how do we help you work safer? How do we help you work smarter, not harder? Smarter, not harder, right? And you see that today. You see it in a product like the M12 Fuel Surge, right? That's the latest in a long history of M12 products where we've gone into places where traditional drills or saws can be made smaller. They can be made lighter. They let our customer get into places where accessibility is tough. They let them work smarter overhead. You also see features like letting them work in occupied spaces quieter. You see it in a product like the M12 Extended Reach Ratchet, the latest in our expansive listing of ratchets. That ratchet is also the latest in a history of M12 products that's gone into space where the hand tool and a lot of repetitive motion was the norm. You think about the rivet tool last year, you think about the stapler the year before, you think about the copper tubing cutter, the PVC shear, the cable cutter, the no-hub wrench. All places where repetitive motion are the norm. You see, we understand that we can make the customer faster, but for that user, we might also be able to extend their day and then sometimes extend their career with a lack of stress on those joints. In addition, you also saw that technology is still a key ingredient to what we do in M12. Anybody get a chance to get their hands on the digital torque wrench today? What'd you think of that thing? Pretty cool, huh? Right? You saw cutting edge technology at work. We've taken a process that the user usually uses 2 tools, and we brought it down to 1. We've made them 50% more productive in the process. But in addition, we're giving them greater accuracy and control over what they're doing, and we're giving them the capability to report the quality of their work after the fact. What you saw from M12 today is that 12 years later, over 100 solutions on the system, we still have the ability to drive productivity forward for that customer through M12. You talk about cordless today, specifically if you talk about MILWAUKEE cordless, it's hard to do it without talking about M18. You think about where we are today versus where we were last year. You know, when this group, and I know there's a lot of new folks, but when most of this group walked in the room last year, I knew what your questions were. Hey, what are you guys going to do with this thing? Can you really get more out of M18? Everybody else, they're telling me I got to put 2 batteries on the tool and go to 36 volts. So they're telling me I got to give up compatibility and go to 60 to get performance from here. And our objective last year was to make it clear to you and to your viewers that you did not have to choose between the productivity of high power and performance and the productivity of a completely compatible system. It's exactly what we delivered with that next generation of fuel technology. And you see it on display today with a product like the M18 Fuel Threader. Changing the game, whether it's electrician or plumbing, mechanical. Anybody ever think they'd see a cordless threader? No, you didn't think you'd see it. Well, you sure as hell didn't think you were going to see it on 18 volts, right? We continue to go into those spaces from an AC perspective and challenge the cord. But beyond that, there's a place where, to be honest, our user's twice as frustrated. If you make your living with a compressor in your ear and a hose in your hand, man, it's awful. And what you saw today is us finally deliver on one of the most demanded tools on the M18 system, the new M18 Fuel Framer. What do you guys think? Pretty cool? Yeah. All right. And not only were we able to deliver on that today, but we're able to continue to go into places where others will not dare. Where others have tapped out and said, hey, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it at 36 volts. If I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it at 60. If I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it with a gas can in my hand. And you saw that in the new M18 Fuel 9-inch cutoff. And we're not just doing it through the tool side. What you see is we continue to relentlessly invest in the infrastructure behind M18. You saw it last year when we introduced you to red lithium high output, right? A new generation of packs that can deliver 50% more power and run 50% cooler than our traditional packs. You see it as we continue to expand on that line this year with the introduction of the CP30 and the XC80 pack today. You also see that we haven't left them behind from a charging perspective because every one of those packs has the opportunity to charge up to 4 times faster with the new M18 supercharger. And what that means is for that customer that owns our 12 amp hour pack, we can charge it now in under 1 hour. And if a customer's in a bind, if the user's in a bind on the job site, it's late in the day, there's no juice left in the pack, if you give us 5 minutes on that charger, we'll give you over 60 cuts with a Fuel 7 1/4 circular saw. Like I said last year when you were here, the road ahead for M18 is long and it is powerful. And we will continue to deliver productivity, durability, and safety through that system. I'm telling you, there's so much here that I'd love to talk about. I know they're trying to get me off this stage, but if you didn't see the world's first cordless sectional machine, make sure you see it today. If you didn't see that fish tape that literally can pull a pallet of bricks across the floor, you gotta see it, right? There's a ton of great stuff here. And one last thing, there's a tool up here that I literally had a grown man threaten me if he didn't get it this year. Did everybody get to see the rear handle circ saw? All right, there's a guy in Allentown, Pennsylvania that physically threatened me at a lumber yard last year if he didn't get it this year. If you can let him know that it's coming, it's here, brother. It's here. Hey, I will say again that the road behind the M12 and the M18 systems is long and it is powerful. Why? Because every day, as our users leave their home and go out to build and maintain the world around us, more is demanded of them. We understand that in turn, they will look to us and they will demand more. And we here at Milwaukee Tool in Wisconsin and around the globe intend to rise to that challenge. I promise you, we will deliver more. Thank you.
Okay, your favorite time. The Springer. Your favorite time to ask a whole series of questions today. You guys ready?
Oh my gosh, get off the stage.
All right.
Do you guys, I'm gonna leave this up to you. Do you guys want Q&A or do you want more? More? Here's the deal. We shut off live streaming right now. I'm turning off the internet. So put them down, put away the phone.
Bye-bye.
This GoPro